Hey guys, welcome back to an episode where we are going to currently shithouse it a bit because attendance is quite low as you can see. But this is also a chance to talk about topics which will not get many views. So we're going to talk about the NBA today. Uh, I think it's not really popular here, but we want to talk about the NBA because why not? It's a very fun season this time. That's all. So I'll go with my standard question. It's come up before your top 10 NBA players.
Top 10.
Yeah.
Let's make a top 5 because the last time I made a top 10, I missed the really important player and I never heard the end of it. So let's not do
Uh,
that.
no,
But
you
my
missed him out
top
on a
5,
top five though. That was the problem.
no, okay, fine. Let me first say top 5
Yeah.
with proper ranks. So first is LeBron. He's my GOAT. I don't know. I think like not many people think LeBron is the GOAT, but it's fine.
Yeah. It's a
Second
growing
is
number though.
Yeah, it is because his career, of course,
Fair
hasn't
enough.
ended.
I mean, in my opinion, there's only two GOAT candidates, legitimate GOAT candidates, and he's one of them definitely. So yeah.
You know what? Like I was seeing a Bulls finals game in
Hmm.
1991 or two. Like that
Okay.
era was so different that it doesn't make sense to compare LeBron and MJ.
Yeah,
I feel
exactly.
like they are goat of their particular eras.
Yeah, their
But
eras, yeah.
my personal preference is LeBron over
LeBron.
MJ.
Hmm.
So yeah, both are goats, but I choose LeBron, and of course,
Yeah.
second is MJ.
Yeah.
Third is third has to be Kareem because as a center, what he has done with scoring, it's just mad.
Insane.
And fourth, who did I have it last time? I'll you know what? I'll put Kobe. I'll put Kobe
Good.
fourth.
We don't want to mess up the list again.
I was gonna do a madness, but yeah, Kobe has to be fourth. Of course, 4 rings, 20 years in the league,
Five
Black
rings, fam.
Mamba.
Five
I don't need
rings.
to explain. I don't need to explain.
Where
He's
four
fourth.
rings? Five rings.
Oh, five. Sorry, my bad. Three, three in a row and
Three in a row and then
two.
two in a row.
Okay, yeah, that's just mad.
That's
Two without
insane.
Shaq also, so people
Yeah.
can't be
Two
like
where
Shaq
two where
carried
he
him.
was the best player. And my favorite Laker chips.
Was it 9 and 10? That was good. So yeah, he's fourth, and fifth is the best shooter of all time.
No lie, man. You've done a madness
Stephen Curry.
regardless.
I don't care. He like the best shooter of all time has to have a spot in the top five. That's my logic. And I also think he's the best point guard of all time.
Okay, see, now I'm
A
not gonna
close
go
second
into
is
I'm
Magic,
not I'm
but
not gonna go into the point guard debate, but with the specialities debate, right? I feel like all all the other dudes that you mentioned prior to Steph, everyone else has been like great defenders in their primes. Steph was never a great defender. I'd say Steph is a good defender, especially come playoff time. But all others, I feel like on both sides of the ball, they've legitimately dominated. Once again, guys, surprise entrance Royal Rumble. Anyway, as you can see, Shriram has randomly joined. But yeah, as I said, our attendance was low at the start. Anyway, we got back to three at least. But I think it won't still affect the views because NBA, right? Anyway, Bala, you were talking about. Wait, I was telling how on both sides of the ball, these other dudes are there. That's why Steph in top five. Steph is definitely a top 10 player for me, but top five, I don't know. And not for me. Not for me
I don't
personally, but
know. I think what he lacks in defense, he
because
compensates
for
properly.
me it's like okay, just because as you say, Steph is the greatest shooter of all time, so he deserves a spot. We overlooked defense that time, so we are not putting Bill Russell in top five, although in consensus you would say that like he's the greatest defender of all time, but he is not in our top five. So that's why I'm not looking at specialty players at all. I'm looking at players who have dominated on both sides of the floor, and they've just killed it like that. And it's not Steph's fault that he has been in an organization where he has like had a decent amount of help. Like all these other dudes, though, I mean, I'm not saying that it's his fault or whatever, because last year Steph carried the hell out of the Warriors, and all of these dudes before. But yeah, wait, no, actually, my point is still invalid because last year Steph carried the hell out of the Warriors. Actually, if Steph didn't have last year's chip, I don't think
Yeah,
he has a case for top 5.
he wouldn't be top 5 for sure. I wouldn't put him.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. He might sneak into top 10 for me still because of what he did last year. But yeah, not top 5 at all. He's in my top 10 now, cemented. It's not gonna change. So
well,
yeah,
I'm
okay.
gonna put. I value shooting a lot, so
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
see.
put.
My problem with the list is just one, nothing else. That Tim Duncan is not there is the only issue for me. That's all.
Which
In your top 5, because for me, I think
top 5? Okay.
Tim Duncan for me
So
is a top 5 player of all time. That's why. Anyway,
no,
PK,
he's
do you
close,
have
but
your
that's
top
fine.
5?
My top 5 would be LeBron, MJ,
Are you
Kareem.
ranking them?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm ranking. Take it as ranking only.
Okay.
But
Same as Bala till now.
yeah, wait, LeBron. It's fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
LeBron, MJ. It just tears me apart to choose between LeBron and MJ. So, but it's okay. I'll go with LeBron at 1, MJ at 2, Kareem, then mm, Magic at 4, and Tim Duncan at 5. These are my top 5.
Great list.
Okay.
6 would be Kobe.
Yeah, it's a good
6.
list.
See,
Yep.
my list is I said Tim Duncan is a top 5 player of all time, in my opinion, like cemented. And I'm going to have to contradict myself actually, because I am not putting him in top 5. I call it Laker bias or whatever. For me, instead of Tim Duncan, I'm just gonna put Kobe. And as the other two are there, I'm gonna at the top 2, LeBron and MJ. I just might do like a flip it between the two. For me, they're always 1A, 1B, man. It's very tough to pick because, like Bala said, he saw highlights of MJ recently in 91. Today, I sat and saw 2018 Braun playoff highlights. Like, bro, what was he doing? He's averaging
Braun
40.
2018 is mad.
Man, whatever he
That's
did,
his
like with
best
the
playoffs.
it's a team apart from Kevin Love's. Apart from Kevin Love's performance for that team, just
None.
bad ass. Like it was very bad. And
But
Kevin
even
Love
Kevin
also
Love,
wasn't scoring.
yeah,
Yeah.
Kevin Love was not like something amazing player or anything. It was just out of remaining 4, he was like, okay, this guy can
Because like
contribute.
Yeah.
it was just a Kevin Love ass series, 15 points per game scorer sort of. And then LeBron has carried this team to the finals, and people will be like, but yeah, Eastern Conference easy and all. Okay, tell me any other guy who could have carried his team past Celtics that year. Even after Kyrie went down, they had Tatum, they had Brown, they had Horford, they had all these dudes. And LeBron just took that game 6, game 7. Man, he is insane. And Toronto series was too good. The Indiana series was crazy. He managed to hit game winners in those playoffs runs. Like he's just
Toronto
insane.
series is this
And
violation.
Toronto,
He
man,
owned the whole organization.
he legit took the piss with the one where he runs around OG Anunoby, runs and then puts up that whatever it is. Like, what is that? Like, people can't even take those mid ranges normally. He just runs, jumps, and then just levitates in the air, and he's like, there you go, done. I'm like, bro, every time I see that, I'd be like, every time I watch 2018, I'm like, LeBron's the GOAT. And then I'd be like, no, MJ is the GOAT. I think there will be a spark in me when LeBron retires, and I'm like, he's the GOAT. Because, see, right now, still the playoff, like the final record will always be a thing. And I'm not gonna sit and be a LeBron fanboy and be like, but he was always not favorite in the finals, because that's just not facts. He should have beat Dirk in the finals. 2011 was a
Yeah.
huge L. 2011 big L. And
I think that's the only fair L he took.
yeah,
Yeah.
Others
because
were
all
kind of
others,
tough.
all others, his stars were injured. Like the Warriors' first chip, Braun and Cleveland would have definitely won if Caleb and Kyrie didn't get injured. But
I mean,
it's just
Braun
how it
kind of
is.
deserved it against Dallas. Bro. He coughed at
Yeah.
the
No, the more than I was that time, like it was just peak everyone hating Miami because that behavior is unacceptable, and just the fact that Dirk won it is beautiful because what Dirk is also he deserves a chip, man. That's why I have so much respect for Dirk. He took pretty much the older version of the guys and not the prime version of his help, like whatever his supporting cast was, and then beat Miami, which is like a notorious big three. So yeah, shout out to Dirk as well. That's why, like, this is my list. Tim Duncan, there are some times where I completely drop the bias and I'm like, no, Tim Duncan has to be top five. But I don't know, man. It's just Kobe's overall impact, and like, if you have to watch, it's not even close. If you have to watch a prime version of a player, it's Kobe over
Eye
everybody
test,
else. So
he easily
Yeah.
passes eye test.
yeah,
It's not even a debate.
I mean, if you're just saying like aesthetically or anything, then yeah, it's
yeah.
definitely
Okay,
Kobe.
this is an interesting question. If you guys had the pick of the draft, the first pick, and Kobe and Tim Duncan were both on the board, who would you pick, Tim Duncan or Kobe?
Kobe, no thoughts, no second thoughts.
Kobe.
Okay, you'd pick Kobe.
Kobe.
You'd pick Kobe. Man, see, as
Kobe.
a GM, I feel like Tim Duncan is a GM's dream because you pick him and he's going to be a max player for a lot of years and he's going to be your best player. And then he's ready to take a step back and take all these wet minimum contracts so that you save enough money to extend somebody like Kawhi Leonard's contract, or like you can keep all your Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili. I feel like if Tim Duncan is a way to build a dynasty altogether. Kobe doesn't mean that he can't build dynasties. He has built dynasties. But it's just that Tim
Yeah.
Duncan creates a better overall team around him.
No, but think about the marketing aspect of the game also.
No,
Like if
no.
Kobe,
In terms of selling, Kobe is. For Lakers, I
yeah,
won't pick Tim Duncan. For a Lakers, you need Kobe. For a team, for an association like the Lakers, Kobe is the player because you get highlights, you get everybody's support, and to give Kobe two
that's right.
stars, enough. Way more than one. You've seen with Pau Gasol also, he's done good young pieces with a superstar, and then you get a chip. Tim Duncan, it's good to put a team around him. But yeah, both great players, and they both went into the Hall
I
of
have,
Fame together also.
like a question. The question is like, give your top fives, like the underrated top fives, not the ones which usually people would pick, like someone like Magic, Steph. Like let's leave the OG players or who are
Okay.
already great. Which
So
won't be
who you
that
just
great, but
find fun then? Like top five of like
it
fun
can be.
players.
Yeah, it can be anything. It's not like necessary that they have to be like some amazing Hall of Fame player or anything.
Okay.
It's just that they're kind of underrated for the
Mhm.
stuff they've done. Some
Okay.
players like
Five
that. Yes, give me
underrated
a
players. Yeah,
five
let's
under.
let's okay. I think finding five would be like too much taxing on the brain. Give me
Yeah, I think let's make it 3.
Okay,
no.
fine.
Let's do one thing. Let's take turns and then draft a starting lineup. Okay. So let Bala pick
Okay,
the
fine.
we'll go from 1 to 5. Let Bala pick the point guard. I'll pick shooting guard. You can pick small forward, and then
Hmm.
power forward and center.
Okay, cool.
Well,
Let's go.
point guard, I'll have to pick Kyrie because no one talks about him being in top 10, or I think top 10 is tough, but top 20,
No,
it's tough. It's still
I
tough.
think
But
some
he
dude.
is underrated in this regard, and the way he plays is just no one can do that. The
Best
way he
handles, bro.
dribbles,
Best handles.
yeah, best handles ever. I
Some
used
dude said
to
it,
put
right?
I used to put AI over Kyrie, but after finding out what AI was, nope.
He's telling off court, guys, off court, because I mean,
Yeah,
on court AI is the better player, obviously, but
He's a
he
beater.
was.
What beater we don't know.
Just Google.
he's
You'll
a
find out.
he's a world beater. And I
Was a
was,
beater.
but you know what? If you, although you shouldn't ignore it, if you see like from a pure like that time culture perspective wise, Allen Iverson's impact is very high. I didn't realize how high it was for like the 90s culture or early 2000s culture. AI's impact on kids who watched basketball at that time. So it's like if you drop someone like Kyrie at that point of time, like it's the same level of impact. But someone did say it, right? That Kyrie Irving is like top 25 talents of all time. If Kyrie stayed fit and like played
Yeah,
a few more years, I think definitely, because I feel like he's massively overlooked in a lot of conversations.
Just because of the shit he says off the court.
No,
I
regardless,
think
like just his availability on court is also has been very less in clutch moments. Sometimes he is. I think with Braun, that is the best version of Kyrie for me. If it doesn't reflect in
that
numbers, I don't care. In terms of a
the
teammate, he was
the
excellent.
finals three he took against Steph, bro.
Ah
That was
man, it's
beautiful.
immortalized. It like it.
Yeah.
Think about it. That shot can never fade. It is probably the best clutch shot in finals history. Up with Ray Allen again, one or two you can go with. It's the same shot. Them and then maybe MJ somewhere. Everyone will be like, how can you not pick MJ's shot? It's like, no, these two were literally like that 2016 final series is the greatest sports finals ever I've seen. Because,
Coming back from even
oh no, actually, no, sorry, football. Football. The World Cup final 2022 was better,
oh
but
yeah, yeah.
uh,
Come on.
yeah, that series, as a series in basketball, there's nothing close. I don't want to hear anything else. Okay. Coming back to the underrated five for shooting guard, I'm gonna pick it. I gotta pick it, man. I'm gonna pick Tracy McGrady. I feel like Tracy needs his flowers because Tracy is Kobe in shitty situations. Like doesn't get enough support from GMs and his teammates, bad injury health, himself and his teammates. Never really been in a championship situation. I think he has only won one playoff series. I think he has, no, he has not won. I think he has only gone to the first round of the playoffs, something like that. It is so bad playoff performer. But in terms of watching, if everyone has to go back and watch like top 50 Tracy McGrady plays, you will be like, what was he? So yeah, Tracy for me in shooting guard. PK, small forward.
small forward, I would pick his cousin, Vince Carter.
Yeah, Bala's background.
Bala
Let's
picked
go.
my background, I picked his
Yeah,
background.
you picked it. No one's picking Lonzo, then we went past the point guard.
Man.
Vince Carter, yeah. So definitely, like he is a great player in my opinion. Of course, over the years, if you think, yeah, the decline was there. It's not like he didn't decline or anything, but like it's just fun to watch him. Like he's the greatest dunker of all time. Definitely, there's no doubt about that. So yeah, I pick Vince Carter. He's a great 3-point shooter also. I mean, I'm not saying
Yeah, he was.
like Steph caliber or anything. Like I'm not
He could
comparing that
do.
sense.
He could do everything.
Yeah, he could do everything. Yeah, so yeah, Vince Carter.
Power
Next,
forward, Bala.
half out.
But before picking power forward for shooting guard, I would have picked D Wade.
Clay. Oh, D-Wade. Okay.
Clay,
No,
no,
but
Clay.
see,
Clay I
for
wouldn't
me,
choose.
thing why I didn't say D-Wade is Clay crossed my mind also, by the way. But why I didn't say D-Wade is because he is
Hmm.
in the top five list of shooting guards for sure. And someone like Kyrie is not top five point guards of all time. Tracy is not top five shooting guards of all time, and Vince is also not top five small forwards of all time. So that's why I didn't, because D Wade's greatness everybody knows.
Bro, he's in top 75. I mean,
Yeah, and he's in top.
isn't that
We have usually picked the non-top 75 players. So
yeah,
yeah,
I mean, Vince is. Oh wait,
he's no
Vince is not
he
there,
is
right?
no one's there. No one's there.
he's not there. He's not there in top 75.
Okay, and
His
that's
face,
Unfortunately.
fine.
his face in your background is my expression when he wasn't there. Really. Like he looks so troubled,
Just
man.
just CBA.
He's like,
It's
hey,
too
really.
easy.
Man, the thing is, if we say anything, it'll be like disrespectful to the old players. But like, bro, we legit ain't watched a minute of those guys. Like, it just be nuts. Like, you can't tell me that someone from that list will lock up Vince Carter. All the old dudes from back in the day. Anyway, that's a different conversation.
Well, Coming
Yeah,
to
so
power forward, this kind of a dead position. I
No,
can't think of, I mean, like, I can't think of anyone being underrated right now. Maybe we can have talks about Embiid being up there,
power forward,
but
right?
power forward, I would play him power forward.
No, that's too much. Him and another center, nah. The team too big. There's to no movement there. There's next level twin towers.
Okay,
that is.
fine. Okay, fine. Embiid is too big for a power forward. Giannis is already
Yeah,
rated
he's
pretty
top
well.
seven. I think he's the
It's not
greatest buck
overrated.
of all time, so you can't really put him there.
yeah, not Giannis.
You're gonna put him over Kareem.
Yeah. I mean, what reason do I have to put Kareem over Giannis in Bucks conversation? Because
Then why is Kareem in your top 5?
Lakers, he won 4 chips further at Lakers.
Okay.
And Kareem was the same. Kareem is still the second highest points getter of all time. That can't be scratched.
But
Giannis,
didn't he break the record when he was with Bucks?
no, he was with the Magic assisted. Giannis is the top scorer for Bucks in all time. That's why I say Giannis is the greatest buck of all time.
Oh,
Because
man.
Kareem and Giannis both won a chip. And I saw Giannis's record-breaking game becoming Bucks top scorer. It was against Brooklyn. Great game. That was last year. So yeah,
Hmm.
Giannis. No, I have a name nomination for.
I'm gonna pick Draymond. I don't care. I'm gonna
Oh,
pick Draymond.
get out! I mean, okay, your
Yo,
wish, but
what do you mean get out? He has
they
4
were
chips.
they were better power forwards, man.
He guards 7-foot people being 6'6". That's just not what everyone can do. Steve Rodman is already rated pretty well, I feel.
Yeah. No,
Yep.
I'm not
After
making.
Rodman, it's easily Draymond. And
Huh?
you can't overlook his playmaking. His playmaking is mad for a power forward. I think he has the best playmaking for a power forward. Can you name
No,
anyone
man.
better?
Dillon Brooks is better baller. Why is
Dillon Brooks
Oh,
is a
first
wing.
of all, yeah, small forward, but no, as a menace to society. See, man, with power forward, I see. If we are strictly not picking top 75 players, do we have a non-top 75 players rule?
Yeah,
I mean, not necessarily.
should be a
No,
rule.
right?
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
I feel like players like AD and Dirk should get a mention over Draymond Green.
yeah,
AD is a
definitely.
way better basketball
AD
player
is
than
already rated mad. He
no,
gets
but
his
as
he
The
people
gets his
problem
don't.
with
props.
AD is he never gets to play in order because of the
Yeah.
injury.
Yeah, you gotta
That's the problem.
take that into account as well.
Yep.
Can we slide Pippen to the 4 and pick Pippen over Draymond, please? I just don't know, man. Like the team is looking very
What
I mean,
trippy.
that's
you just don't
if
like
that's the
Draymond
case,
for
we
some
can put.
Bro,
reason.
I would put.
I'm not convinced. Bro, why
No, I
can't
would
we
put
pick
Wes
someone
Unseld.
like no,
Wes
Wes
Unseld.
Unseld? No. I don't know about that.
Yo,
Why?
can you guys shut the fuck up? Draymond,
No.
don't disrespect
Okay.
Draymond
Why
like
not?
this.
Why not
Prime
Pau?
Draymond,
Why not Pau Gasol?
2017.
Why not prime Pau Gasol?
What do you mean, Pau Gasol? He's a
He was
center.
no, but he has played
He's
power
more
forward.
suited for a center.
No, I don't
No,
know. I
no.
don't think. Yo, no,
I'm
you
gonna
know
pick
what?
Draymond. You guys
Okay,
are
no,
gonna
I'm
go ahead
nominating
with it.
James Worthy because I can't have Draymond in this team with other dudes like this. No, like legit, James Worthy has a finals record also of having a triple double in Game 7 of the NBA Finals, man. That's a great record to have. Him,
Yeah,
Jerry
but
West, and LeBron are the only players I think who have a Game 7 triple double.
I've
That's
seen
nuts.
I mean, this guy James Worthy play as well.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen tapes only.
I mean, he's on 75, so I'm not gonna choose him.
Yeah, but okay, I'll
Outside
give it to
75, outside 75, who can you think of?
I'll give it to Draymond. Outside top 75, then no. Then I think Draymond has a very good case. I'm thinking strictly
Yes.
prime, but it's just a problem for me, man. Sometimes the stuff Draymond does is not very like
I
my
know.
kind of basketball.
I know.
Man, just like he goes kicks people in the nuts and stuff like that. It's just not.
That was
me.
long. That was long back. He doesn't do that now.
Okay, but he kicked Herb Jones like for 3 days ago in the
Now,
chair.
like,
Man
yeah,
booted into him. He's a
he gives
great
into his
basketball player,
emotions
man.
pretty easily, but
For Warriors, he's the best fit.
yeah,
Okay, he's one of the
his
best
defense
Warriors
is
of all
really
time.
good.
Yeah, he's one of the best warriors of all time, no doubt.
Yeah,
But I
surely.
just don't know, man. With Draymond, I don't know. Prime Draymond, yeah. But yeah, I like. But it is very good to have a prime Draymond in your team than have a prime Draymond against your team. If
Yeah.
it makes. Okay, so then, so I got center, right? Center not in top 75. Somehow criminal this is from whoever made this
No.
list. Three-time DPOY, one-time NBA champion. He has been MVP voted before. Like he's gone to the finals with a shit-ass team. Dwight Howard not making an NBA top 75 team is a disgrace, bro. Like really, he had to be there. He had to be there. Like there are some names on the list where I'm like, you made it and Dwight Howard didn't. Like, bro, nah, man, it's huge
Who's
disrespect.
Elvin Hayes? Like, who's Elvin
Hey,
Hayes?
nah. Elvin Hayes deserves to be. I'm not.
He's a power forward anyway, so.
Yeah, Elvin Hayes, he deserved to be there. I don't. I see. It's gonna be biased. Like these, we've watched Dwight Howard or whatever, but like literally, he was so good, and like I can't believe that they ignored a three-time defensive player of the year. I don't think people would personally be mad if they ignored AD on the list and put uh, Dwight up there. Because there are 76 players on the list anyway. They're just ranked in 75. So Dwight not being there just didn't make sense to me. I was like, very big snub this is. In terms of snubs, obviously, we have Vince, Clay,
Dwight.
Vince, Clay, Dwight, and Kyrie is one of the snubs only.
Kyrie. In my
But
opinion, Kyrie.
yeah, I think the biggest snub from the whole list was Dwight. It was just
Yeah.
insane. When he didn't make it, I don't understand the logic. What? So he jumped teams. Okay, others didn't jump teams or what? Like they just kept on moving. Means it's like they just ignored his performance. And I always say one of the most fun Lakers teams I watched. We pretty much dominated in the finals, you can say. But the 2020 Lakers, the bubble year, like he was such a good helping hand in that championship. Like when AD, he can't dominate every minute, right? And then Dwight came and did his thing. I just don't know, man. I feel like a lot of players have been left disrespected.
I feel one more guy I would like to mention here is actually two guys. One is point guard, other one is center. Center, first I'll say off. Maybe you guys might not agree to this, but I feel Hakim is like underrated in a way.
No, but Hakim is a top 15 player of
What?
all time, top 10, top 15 player of all
Yo,
time.
So like
Hakim
he
is
doesn't.
mad rated. A lot of people like him.
Not really mad.
PK just wanted him to be a top 3 center of all time, I think.
Bro,
Which
the
he,
skill set
which
Isn't
he
he?
is.
good for a big man.
I wouldn't put him, but yeah, he is definitely top 5. For me, it is Kareem, Shaq, and Wilt. So that's why.
Hmm.
I would take
But I
Hakim
think,
in my
but
top.
I think he's top 5, and he's my 5th best center of all time, behind Bill Russell at 4. So
I
that's
feel
my
he's
top.
the second most skilled center after Kareem.
Kareem.
Footwork
Yeah.
wise, he is number 1 though. You know, with
Yeah,
a lot of
footwork, of
movement.
course. Dream Shake. Dream
Oh
Shake. He
man.
was one.
I love
Like
how
Legendary.
that
I love how he passed it down to Braun and Kobe as well. You know, the dream shake, he gave it to them, and
as a
he's like,
big man, the footwork that he possessed was just insane. It's
Yeah.
not like
I think I don't know. I don't think I must have seen that. I think he played football, right? That's why I think he had like footwork on lock before from somewhere. Great guy, man. Great guy.
yeah, the other one I wanted to say point guard here is D-Rose.
Oh, great pick. Great pick. Great pick. Great pick. Yeah. D-Rose. Yeah. Good pick. You know,
That guy,
one more. I had mentioned in center. Never gets praised enough. For me, Ben Wallace, because his scoring is pretty much
Oh,
ass okay, but the defense,
defense.
man, like that presence is so nuts,
That's how
bro.
99 defense would look like.
Yeah, I have seen multiple tapes of a lot of teams. Fam, he locked Shaq's ass off, bro. Like he handled Shaq, prime Shaq. he handled the hell out of him. I'm like, bro, what did you do? He neutralized the shit out of the Lakers. And that's the one chip I was like, take, you would deserve. Because, first of all, we had a bad person in our teams. My only sadness in that year was like Gary Payton didn't win a chip with us. That was the only issue for me. But I'm happy that GP won a ring anyway in Heat. Gary Payton also I really like because I think I like defenders a lot, like people who can do their part in scoring or whatever. Someone like Gary Payton. But actually point guard. There's a lot of point guards you can mention because Russ is not getting enough love. So I have to mention Russ also. I'll say Chris Paul also, although Shriram has some innate hatred towards Chris Paul. I don't understand why.
What did he do?
But Chris Paul, one of the greatest playmakers of all time. And I feel like he's a very good person. No.
Is he not the best?
No.
I mean, stats-wise, if you go John Stockton, people will say. Because, so many years.
How many rings, Bala?
I
How
mean,
many rings?
playmaking is both dribbling and passing. It's not passing alone.
Then Chris Paul. Chris Paul, for me, top 5 ball handlers
easy.
of all time. Have you seen his dribbling? I'm like, it's nuts.
Yeah, it's mad.
Rings also I can see. Rings.
It would be nice if it does come back to bite you in your ass and
PK,
Suns end up winning a
PK,
chip
you
or
jinxed
whatever.
it, man. That's the
Yeah, I
biggest
know.
jinx you can do. Never
Next
do
thing-
this on
Next
camera.
thing you know, D-Book or KD or someone is holding like a finals MVP trophy and the Larry O'Brien like this, and then Chris Paul is there at the back going, "Yeah, I participated in this."
And they are the favorites, no, this year.
Yeah,
They are not the favorites.
one of the favorites.
From West, they are one of the better teams. Eastern Conference teams in terms of like favorites, like they are clear. Philly, Celtics, and Bucks because the squad is too good. So yeah, So give us your prediction then. Who will win the championship? 2023 NBA champions.
Jason Tatum, Celtics.
I believe in JT, but I'm still making up my mind. Every day my opinions change.
I feel Celtics will bottle again. And Suns if they are fully healthy. If there are injuries,
Don't give me
it's over.
asterisks, man. If we are fully
No.
healthy, I'll say Lakers can make a finals run too.
Yeah.
That is your wish. We gotta consider
Maybe.
full squad. In that
Oh.
case, I would pick Suns.
Okay. Suns. So
And then
Bala says
Warriors.
Suns. Oh, okay. Leave the call. The Warriors
I
are
don't.
not.
If villain arc Wiggins comes back, it's over.
No,
He
I
will
don't think.
be in demon
I
time.
think even if he comes back, I don't think it's good enough because I feel like my pick, these guys have a very, very, very legitimate chance at the chip. I'm picking Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis to win one more this year. Like I feel like everyone else had a problem in the season. Bucks, if they have a problem, their problem may be Chris Middleton. And come playoff time, I don't know what might happen. Chris Middleton might play very crazy also. I feel like Drew Holiday is having one of the best years of his career, arguably the best year of his career. He got a career high a few days ago, 51 points. And I was telling Bala today also that Drew Holiday has become like a number 2 to Giannis. So
Bucks got whooped, no, like yesterday or today.
yeah, see, they lost to the
Against-
Celtics by 41, but that happens all the time. Even Warriors lost a game by 50 to Grizzlies last time in playoffs. Doesn't really matter, I feel, because at this point of time, I think they're looking more towards playoffs and all. And playoff Giannis is different Giannis. If any team, only teams who can stop Giannis in playoffs are Eastern Conference team. And anyone who makes it out the West and Milwaukee go to the finals. Basically, I'm saying if Milwaukee go to the finals, they win the finals. I don't think any Western Conference team is stacked enough or good enough to stop Giannis. It's just facts. You can't stop him. I feel like only way a team can stop him is the 76ers or the Celtics. If not, I've not seen him get handled.
I feel like outscoring will be the game plan for Western teams.
I don't know if they can, man.
It is possible.
The others.
See, the scoring options in Bucks is very limited, I feel, compared to Western teams.
They watch them in playoffs.
Look at Suns. Look at the amount of scoring in that team. So yeah, I think they'll just try to outscore. Okay, so we all got our picks in. Let's see, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching.
It was a short one this time. We had to do a short one, but because of views and that. But we'll be back soon with a bigger one next week. See you. Bye.